Ohio's comedy. Very good. We have another Ohioan coming up in a little bit. So y'all know how I like to find stuff that I can relate to each comic because I'm so desperate to be a stand-up comedian. You know, when I grow up. Thank you. Thank you so much. One person. So I actually had a pet snake because I'm a firm believer in facing your fears. Not conquering them, but facing them, you know, doing your absolute best. That's why I went on a cruise ship with my best friend. I was sure the Kraken was going to come up or that huge shark was going to pop up. But so I got myself a snake, and this was like before Todd, so it was over 20 years ago. And we had to feed it. And it was a ball python snake, just like a normal snake. And we had to feed it, and so we bought rats, honestly, from the pet store, right? And they only had live rats, and they were like, okay, no problem. Just drop it in the tank, and then cover the tank, and then, you know, if you want to watch, but you know, you don't have to. So, you know, we brought it home, and I was real skeeved out, because you hear the little fucker in the bag, you know. And so we dropped it in the tank, and then we covered the tank, and then we got high or went to bed or whatever we did. I don't know. I was in my 20s, so probably getting high. And the next morning we wake up, and I swear to God, this is a true story. The snake was curled up in a coil, and the mouse, the rat, was literally sleeping on top of the snake, like they became friends. I was like, so we kept him there for another day or so, but he wouldn't eat the snake, so we went back to the pet store, and I was like, look, they're like friends now. What do I do? And he was like, oh, just kill it. Maybe your snake doesn't want to kill a live mouse. And I'm like, I'm fucking gay. Where do you think that I'm gonna be able to do that? So he was like, look, all we have is live mice. This is what you do. You take it home, you put it in a bag, and you drop a book on it, or you slam it up against the wall. So I'm standing there like this. So we did, so, you know, we get the mouse, and we bring it home, and we put it in a little bag, right? And we got real fucked up to do this, because I was like, there's no way I'm gonna be able to do this. We tried dropping, like, smaller things on the bag, but it was just like, ow, you know, stuff like that. So finally we got him in the bag after, like, a monster rip off the bomb, right? And I literally was just like, it was disgusting. It was so gross. We just turned the bag inside out. He did eat it, but I didn't watch it. So that's my story about how I relate to Levi. So I hope you enjoy it. All right, so we are now at my favorite part of the show because I am what? My favorite subject. Ask a drag queen anything. This is your chance. You've always had a burning question, not an itch, a question, that you wanted to ask a drag queen. Anything. I'm in a 22-year relationship. I'm married for 9 years tomorrow. Me and my guy met, obviously, when I was 13, because I'm still very young. No, I'm still, I'll be 49 this year. Ask me anything. Ask me about my coming out. Ask me about my parents. Yes, handsome in the back.
What inspired you to do the art of drag?
What inspired me to do the art of drag?
No question.
Thank you so well, he asked it. Yeah, tell him to do it. There we go. Where do I start? Fuck you, bitch. No. What made me do the art of drag? Because I couldn't make enough money sucking dick. No, I'm just kidding. I made plenty of money sucking dick. I wanted to be an actor. I was heavy into musical theater and all that stuff, but it's a very competitive thing. And then as you get older, life gets in the way. So, you know, you have to work jobs and, you know, you do your dreams a little bit on the side. And this was my way of living my dream full time. And I'm very, very fortunate to have a wonderful and supportive husband, #poor Todd, to allow me to do that, help me do that, support me every step of the way. So, thank you so much for your question. Thank you so much. Yes. Give me another one. Don't be scared. I promise. I'll be real nice. Nothing is off the table. If I don't want to answer it, I'll either say it or make a joke at your expense.
Where were you on January 6th?
Where was I on January 6th? I'll tell you where I was. I was glued to my TV, trying to make sure I didn't see my stepmother, because I would have turned that bitch in. Seriously. Yeah, oh, Levi, I'm a stepchild too. So everything you said about us being difficult pains in the ass, Accurate. Very good. Very good. That's where I was on January 6th, trying to find Republican family members on the TV so I can turn them. Okay. Very good. Thank you for your question. Other question. Give me something else. Yes. Queerbait. Have I ever gotten waxed in order to do my role? No, I've gotten waxed to have sex with men. No. You know what? No, I have not done that. And you know what's also weird? I'm okay with bras, not okay with women's underwear. Is that weird? I don't know. I think it's kind of gay. So I just, yeah, I think it's kind of gay personally. But yeah, no, so thank you so much for your question. Who else has a question? Now I'm getting softball questions. Someone try to make me nervous.
Do you live drag like 24/7, or when you get home you just take off?
Do I live drag 24/7? Do you think?
No one wants that.
One, no one wants that. Okay. Two, you think that I'm able to keep this up 24/7? Are you insane? No. This is a job for me. This is a creative outlet for me. This is a passion of mine, not the dress, but and honestly, I said this outside to you. I go, I'm one of the straightest drag queens you'll ever see. I hate makeup. I'm really not big on fashion. I know what I like, and that's it. If it's not cool, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? So, but no, thank you, God. I would no. God bless all the women in here, born or otherwise. Good for you. That's what I have to say. You know, good for you. Choices. Yes, very good. Yes, idiot. It's on his shirt. I don't know him.
Is your facial hair soft, or do you have to do something extreme to get it?
It's not my facial hair that's soft right now, I'll tell you that. No, I am a Sicilian man. I am Sicilian. So we typically tend to be a little bit hairy. My father is German, so I have a real bad fucking temper, a big dick, you know what I'm saying? That kind of balanced out some of the body hair of the Germans, because, you know, they're all just alabaster fuckers, you know what I'm saying? And, sorry for the Germans. I've never been big on facial hair. That's never been like my thing, so I've actually never, well, that's not true. When I lived in Paris, I had facial hair. Oh, no, I'm so sorry. Paris, Illinois. So, and I was in such a deep state of depression, I just let myself go completely, and I just did not shave for like months and months and months, and I looked like fucking a gay Paul Bunyan. It was not cute at all. But no, so that's the deal with my facial hair. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. Yes, good looking in the back.
Thank you, sir. First of all, so in the mirror, are you what you're doing as a man or a woman?
As a man. Oh, sorry. The question was, in the mirror, when I look at myself in the mirror, do I think I'm more attractive as a man or a woman?
Yeah.
Or if I'm sexually turned on?
Yeah.
I am as gay as a clutch purse on Tony Night. You understand what I'm saying? So I really do style my, God bless. Miss Maya Addiction is a very sexy drag queen in the city of Philadelphia. She shows off her body, to an extent, very nice. She has nice legs, right? I am a 48-year-old drag queen. I am very honest about my age. I never try to be sexy, so that's not me. Nobody wants to see this out of drag. Well, that's not true. Nobody wants to see this naked as this. Trust me on that. So no, I definitely think I am more attractive. Shut up. As a man, as my male form. But I think I make a pretty damn fine queen. You know what I'm saying? Not bad. Yes, you can clap. Damn right. There, yes. Feel free to stand up. Your fuckers. No, I'm just kidding. Don't stand up. It's fine. All right, I'm going to take one more question because we are just firing them out. I want a really good one. Try to make me squirm. I'm corseted. You're not going to make me squirm. Yes.
All right, you want to squirm?
I do.
All right.
But I'm married, so don't touch me. Okay? No, I'm just kidding.
So, in a culture that obviously gives you constraints,
Yes.
where do you feel most comfortable?
Okay. I said squirm, not
Take your
think.
time.
No, thank you. It's my fucking show. You know what? Matter of fact, next comedian. No, I'm just kidding. Say it one more time because I smoked the big one.
So, all right,
In a culture where there are multiple constraints, where do you yourself, feel most comfortable?
Okay, I feel most comfortable. Okay, you know what? I am going to morph your question so that I understand it with my simpler mind. Would I be willing to fight in drag? The answer is yeah. No, you know, it really depends on what I'm doing. You know, when it comes to performing, and this is very interesting, you know, I've been performing in drag for almost a decade now, about 8 years or something like that. And, you know, I've done karaoke, I've done quizzes, I've done shows, I've done this, I've done that. I found out, we just went on a cruise recently, and I did karaoke out of drag, and I almost had a fucking panic attack. And I said this at a previous show. This is armor for me. This is a sword and a shield for me. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am very obnoxious as a man, period. In my everyday life, I'm very obnoxious. I will say that. This makes it worse. It really does make it worse. This allows me to say whatever the fuck I want to say. It actually gives me more balls to go out there and be like, hey, you wore that, huh? Choices. No, I'm just kidding. You look very handsome. Thank you so much for your question. I appreciate it. That was my favorite segment of the show, your Ask the Drag Queen segment. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure next time you come back, you come out with all new questions. I would do this every show. I really, really try hard to give you the answers to answer your questions. So make sure you come back and ask me another question, all right? Very good. We are moving right